Hello, everyone. This is your girl Shanidra with Beyond the Cover. Yes, I am so excited on today when I say, sweetheart, God has a message for you today. Now, today's topic is God's timing. Yes. And we always hear people say, he might not be there when you want him to, but he always on time. And that is a fact. Because God is not on your time. He's not on my time, your time, nobody's time but his time. Period. So, there's no rush in God. We are on his time. The signal is messing up, so I will patiently wait and play a video. Hey, hold on. Let me go ahead and play the video since it wants to act up. Here we go. Got it. Here we go. Oh, so now it's back. Thank you, Lord. Look at God. God's timing. Now, I know you guys are wondering, like, what does she mean, God's timing? Well, normally we are trying to do things on our time. And when things don't work out on our time, then we're like, oh my gosh. And oh Lord, I thought you said this. And oh Lord, I thought you. He said, I did say that. I didn't say you was going to get it right now. But I did tell you was going to get it. But just because it's not coming on your time, don't mean that God is not about to do what he said he was going to do, sweetheart. Dang. God is going to do exactly what he said he's going to do on his time. We are on God's time. So you sitting here getting frustrated and why is this happening? Why is that happening? All of this. Because we are in God's timing. Period. It's not happening when you want it to happen. It's not happening the way you thought it was going to happen. We are on God's timing. Now, y'all know I've been in Exodus. And I've been reading, I've read about Moses. And I'm doing chapter by chapter so I can get every little bit of it. Now, they are complaining they done been delivered from Egypt into the desert. And now they're complaining again. Oh, you should have left us there. At least we had food and all of this and that. Really? Left you in bondage? Because you don't want to wait on God's timing? You're going to sit here and grumble and complain something he told you to do everything without grumbling and complaining? You got the audacity to grumble and complain after he just delivered you? You just walked through the Red Sea and everything, and you got the audacity after seeing that miracle of you walking through and him just letting it flood over on Pharaoh, your enemy? He just handled your enemy. Handled your enemy. In front of you, I let you see them washed up on the shore. And then you got the and delivered you. And you got the audacity. The audacity to sit here and complain because it's not going on your time, and what is this and what is that, and you parched and all of this stuff. And oh, when I was there, at least I ate and all this. What? I thought we were going to be with milk and honey and all. You are. God is not a liar. He's not you, sweetheart. He's not a liar. Just because it's not coming when you want it to come, don't mean it's not going to come. It's going to come the way he has it to come, when he has it to come. Just like we tell our children. They're not going to tell us when we're going to do something. Who they think they are? That's what we say. Who you think you are? Who you think you talking to? And that's how God is. Who you think you talking to? He's your father, sweetheart. You're not running nothing. I'm not. Let me speak for myself. I'm not running nothing. Period. Grown and all. I'm not running nothing. I am trying my best to wait on God's timing. Because when God says go, and it's that time, and you've been ready and waiting on, anticipating, preparing, doing the works. Instead of complaining, you're working and moving towards. So when he opened that door, you were able to just walk right on in. But no, you go through the Red Sea and everything, then you still complaining. Still complaining. Then he was like, tell them, because he getting frustrated with them at this point. He like, tell them I'll give them meat in the evening and bread in the morning. Tell them that. Tell them. Moses go tell Aaron to tell them or whatever. He tell them. So then the bread fell down like dew. And then the Israelites talking about, what is this? What is this? And Moses said, that's the food that God has sent for you guys to eat. That's the bread that he sent for you guys to eat. He said that you could get as much as you need for your household. Pretty much. Paraphrasing it. And they were like, okay. And it said that some got, enough, and then some got little. Because they wasn't even satisfied at that. They're like, what is this? Because they're so used to eating what they're used to eating. And they can't fast or sacrifice nothing. And they're like, what is this? What? The audacity. God is making bread come. And you got the audacity. Then they start talking about they parched and all this stuff. So then God tell Moses to make the water basically come out of a rock. Now, you can't even see how fascinating that is to watch water come out of a rock. A rock. You can't even see that because you're too busy complaining about what you don't have instead of being grateful and thankful for the things that you do have. God said that's why you're going to keep waiting. Because you're on his time. And you prolonging your own time trying to do things your way instead of Yahweh. It's either Yahweh or you can hit the highway if you're trying to do it your way. Because God said you choose one or the other. It's not no lukewarmness over here. Period. He's not going to be spewing me out. I keep telling y'all in all my videos. Y'all don't want to go up there and think that y'all done did all this stuff and let me fix my words. That you have done all of these things in God's name. And you go up there. Because, you really didn't do it. And God knows when you sleep, didn't do it for him and you did it for your own glory to get all the shine because you Facebooking it live. Oh, look at me. Look at me. God said he's supposed to get all the glory. He will glorify you once you give him the glory. But now, you're trying to make sure you get the glory instead of waiting on God's timing. Because you want the glory now. Because you did all of this and you. And look at me and look at my plex and look at this and look at that and me. You can do nothing without God. Let me speak for myself. Shanidra Matthews, can't do anything without my Father. Well, you're the one that did. I'm the one that did the works. Because he said faith without works is dead. So I can have all the faith in the world, but if I don't do the works, then it's dead. So therefore, yes, I did the works, but I thank God because half the time when I do the works, I'm tired. But then God will give me that boost of energy when he tell me to do something. I am able to do it. So I'm thankful and grateful to my Father for everything that he has done. And I pray that I continue to stay faithful and wait on his timing. I've been outside of his timing. I told y'all I got a car. He told me he was going to give me a car, so I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to get the car now. Because he told me now. So I'm going to get the car now. So, get the car now and end up in the same predicament. But now I got a payment. I have to pay every month just for not waiting on God's timing. Now, had I waited until God told me to get it, I wouldn't have to go through all this. But now I'm having to pay extra when I could have just been in the hoopty I was in without having, it was paid, that car was paid off. It was just a hoopty. But nah, I want a car now. God told me he was going to bless me with the car, so I'm going to get it now. Now, God didn't say he was going to give me the car now. He just told me now. See, people look at your now and think that, oh, yeah, she just now, or she just started that, and now no. Shanidra been doing this. I've been working with the kids. God gave me that, 5 years ago, 2017? It's about to be 2022. Been doing that. He got me destined to be then. I've been in business since 2015. Then stuff is starting to happen now. Now you're recognizing me. But I had to be on God's timing. I'm 6 years going on 7 years in this business. God's timing. Completion. 7 means completion. So I'm going into my 7th year in 2022. So I'm here to tell you God's timing. Wait on God's timing. I was in the store trying to buy some stuff. And the lady just said, wait on God's timing. What? I got out the store because I was like, oh, heck no. I'm not about to move, do nothing. I'm about to do God's work and that's it. I'm not doing nothing else. Because I'm on God's timing. And I'm so scared to get outside of God's timing because I don't be wanting to deal with all the extra and pay extra just for not waiting. You have to pay extra. You have to go through the Jonah situation. You have to be the belly of the fish because you didn't want to wait. Who wants to keep going through that? It's just like you're getting your butt whooped for the same thing over and over. Like, dang, one day you're going to have to get the picture and do right. Who wants to keep getting in trouble for the same thing? Dang. I'm just playing. But that's all I'm saying. Wait on God's time. I'm talking to myself too. Nobody's perfect. God said if anybody, any man, say that they have never sinned, the truth does not lie in you, sweetheart. Read it for yourself. That's what he said in his word. Just like Joseph. He told Joseph what Joseph was going to, he told him he was going to be ruler when he was a child. But look at all the things that Joseph had to go through before he became the ruler, before everything had to go through him, before people bowed down to him. Look at all the stuff that Joseph had to go through. Yes, God told you was going to be this and do this and la-di-da-di-da. He did, and he meant what he said, and that's going to happen. On his time. He's not on your time, sweetheart. He's not on my time. Just like we're not on our kids' time. You on my time. That's what I tell them. You on my time. The heck? Not on your time. You do it when I tell you to do it. But see, that's another thing God said. Okay? Listen. He said you want him to do stuff on your time. But when he tell you to do something that you don't want to do, oh, you want to put his stuff off. Oh, I'll do that some other time. I ain't got time. Oh, you ain't got time. You don't have time to do what God told you to do. Okay. You don't have time? Okay. You better make some time. I'm telling me to you. You better make some time. Period. Because he's looking at them actions. Seeing if you're going to continue to have some act right. Continue to stay humble. Continue to acknowledge him in all of your ways. All of them. Not some of them. Not part of them. All of them. So, today, wait. He said, be anxious for nothing. I'm talking to myself. Be anxious for nothing. Nothing. Quit worrying about it. It's going to happen. He has to prepare you for it. You're not ready. You think you're ready. I thought I was ready. I thought I was ready like years ago. I'm like, I'm ready. God already gave it to me, so I don't need nobody telling me nothing. I'm ready. No, I wasn't. I was broken. And he gracefully broke me. And I'm thankful that he didn't, just because people always say that they want to be delivered. They want to be healed. They want to be this. They want to be that. But it's a process you have to go through. And it's not the process you think you're going to go through. See, they thought that they were just going to get out of Egypt and everything is just going to be just wonderful, awesome, nice. And it is. It's going to be wonderful, awesome, and nice. But you have to go through some stuff to grow up. To grow up. He's preparing you for what he said he was going to do. But your stubborn, hard-hearted self act like you can't get no act right. Dang. Get some act right. You see, I'm on this video. I'm handling his business. Because I almost messed up. I was going to have the audacity to put his stuff after handling. God said, okay, go ahead and try it. I dare you. And you see, I got my little butt on here. Immediately. I'm like, let me get some act right real quick. I'm not about that life, sweetheart. And y'all can be scared of everybody. I'm not scared of nobody on this earth. Only person I fear is my Father God. Period. Don't have to worry about he's shown that he has handled my enemies. Just like he showed them. He showed them. He washed them up ashore and let them see that they were dead. You ain't got to worry about them no more. That's what God was saying. But they couldn't even see that blessing. God handled their enemy and they couldn't even see that. Thank you, Lord, for handling my enemies. For defending me. For being there for me. For all that you do for me. I am truly, humbly grateful. And when y'all see what God blesses me, when he blesses me, I'm not going to tell y'all nothing. But just not. It was nothing but God. Nothing but God. Everything I have is only due to God. I'm so thankful, grateful for God. I'm grateful to be delivered in a lot of areas. I know I'm not fully delivered, but I'm thankful to be delivered from a lot of things. I'm thankful for the growth. I'm thankful for being able to forgive. Like, man, I thought I was going to have to be fake, but I am genuinely forgiving people. And all I can do is like smile because it's like, wow, God, that's you. That is you working in me. Like, it is so amazing when you truly and you finally realize that you can forgive. Because I used to try to forgive people a lot. And I forgave him or whatever. But I still had, like, but now it's like, I really forgave you. Like, I can see you and actually be happy to see you. Genuinely, not no fake stuff. And that's when I was just, it just warmed my heart because it was like, wow, God, I see you. Like, this is awesome. It's like an awesome feeling that I cannot explain. But once you feel it, you're going to be like, wow. Because you know how you are. And when you see a difference in you, it's like, wow. I just be looking up like, okay, God, you are awesome. You are awesome. See, I could see the little things. I could see every little thing. Well, not everything. I wish I could thank him for every little thing. But I can see some of the little things that he do. Like, it's just so awesome. And to hear and to just see, to know your life and how it was when you wasn't all the way obedient. Because you can't have one foot in and one foot out. You have to have both feet in. And I remember when I had one foot in and one foot out, and seeing how my life was, it was just enough. I was like, I was just making it just enough. And I still haven't reached, my full, what God is fully going to do. But to see what he is doing now and how he has transformed my life and transformed me from the inside out, it is so amazing. And I'm trying my best to hold back my tears because nobody knows but God. So I pray that you guys can just let him in. He will love you when nobody else loves you. He will give you that unconditional love. He is awesome. You should definitely give him a chance because he is everything. And you losing out. It's just like somebody that doesn't want to have a relationship with their biological father. You need that relationship with your biological father so you can know part of who you are. You are lost right now because you don't know who you are. You can't be fully you because you don't know you. God is like, let me show you you. Stop going against God. Quit fighting him. When all he's trying to do is help you. He's trying to be there for you. He genuinely loves you. And I can tell you this from the bottom of my heart. There's no way I'm doing this. There's no way. I know for a fact that I'm not paying. This is nothing but God. God pays all my bills. He supplies all my needs and my kids' needs. This is nothing but God. And I can genuinely, honestly tell you guys what I'm seeing as a single mom at the moment with 2 kids. And since I've been in business. So it's 6 years. About 6 years, 5 or 6 years. So I know he is awesome. I know he's amazing. I've experienced him in my life from birth, honey. The devil been on me from birth. So, I stopped breathing for me and my mom just having me. Both of our hearts stopped 4 times. We both stopped breathing 4 times. It was just hard for me getting into this world. And then all the wrecks, the Trailblazer, I drove a Trailblazer. The wheel fell off and the Trailblazer flipped over like 50 times. The guy had already called the ambulance because he call the police because he thought I was dead until he saw me come out, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, sit down, she's alive." And that wasn't even the first wreck I have been in that totaled my car. I've been in another wreck that it actually totaled my. I've been in several wrecks of getting hit and nothing. I'm supposed to be on crutches for my hips because that Trailblazer did do some damage. It had messed up. It had made my hips a little off, and I had to go through therapy. But I didn't even get the therapy until 2 years later. So I was walking on uneven hips, supposed to be on crutches, never been on crutches. Having 2 kids, my first child, I lost too much blood, supposed to have a blood transfusion, never got the blood transfusion, had cervical cancer after my daughter. They lasered that out. That would never come back. God he has been moving and there's no other explanation. There's nothing the doctors or anybody can say but God. He has moved and grooved in my life this whole time. And I'm so grateful, and I'm going to give him all the glory. All of it. All of it. I wish I could give him more. But I'm so grateful and thankful. And I'm going to give him all of the glory and praise. It is going to be a celebration. What he wanted them to do. When they were delivered from Egypt, that's what I want to do. I want to do something special, praising my Father. And that's what I'm going to do. Something so special. And I want everybody to praise my Father for the wonderful works that he is doing. And I just wish and pray that you will be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's dark right now. I go through dark tunnels all the time. But I know that God is with me, so I don't have to worry about anything. It's like you feel more safer when, you're in the same situation, but if you have your parents around, it's like, oh, I'm not alone. That's how I feel. No matter what dark tunnel I have to go through, I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not in this by myself. So that's a wonderful feeling to feel, and that's why I try not to get outside of God, because I don't want to leave him, because he never left me. He never leaves us. We leave him when we get deeper and deeper in sin. Like I told you, here's God. He's been right here. But the deeper and deeper we get into sin, the further and further away we go. And they're like, well, God can hear. Okay, but if your child is at the park and you still at the house, you can't hardly hear them. Now, God can hear it, of course. But you get too far away from him. You all the way out here. You have to leave that sin, fast from it, and build a closer relationship with God. Put him first. Acknowledge him in all of your ways. Be obedient to what he has you to do. Not this world. I don't care what this world say is okay. I tell people straight up, well, they said that they're going to get you. They can't do nothing to me. I'm going to stand like Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. I don't care. Do whatever you say you got to do. Because I got to stand hold on my Father's word, period. Period. And he's going to do just what he said he was going to do. That's why David wasn't worried about Goliath, because he knew he had God. He knew no matter what Goliath tried to do, God was going to deal with them. Dang, I'm sorry. God has given us all these wonderful examples. Oh, that's in the past. And honey, we ain't living like that, honey. So y'all don't read the word like I do, because I'm a visual person. So when I read something, I can see it playing out. So it'd be graphic to me, but I could see it. And then when you live life, it's like, oh, because I've had Jonah moments. I've had Jeremiah moments where I'm like, Lord, handle them. I've told them what you told me to tell them, how to deal with them. I'm not going to be parched and desolate for them. That's how Jeremiah was talking. Read it. He was like, do what you got to do. You're going to let my pleasant vineyard be parched and desolate? Jeremiah wasn't playing. He was like, look at here. You know me. You test me. You see me. He was like, you see me down here, Lord? You see me. But the Lord was like, dude, I already told you I was going to handle them. What are you worried for? You more worried about what they're going to say, what they're going to do, than what God said he was going to do. They need to be scared. But they can't even be scared because you scared of what they seeing. Don't worry about what they talking about. Know what your Father, the Almighty, can do. Trust his timing. Because when he show up, he's showing out. All of them. He said, I'm going to destroy you and your cousins. All of them. All of them. Period. He didn't say some of them, part of them, all of them. All of it. So what are you worried about? Trust his timing. I'm talking to myself. I haven't arrived. We would never arrive. When we arrive, we up there, honey. I'm always going to be growing and learning new things every day. So trust God's timing. That's all I have for you guys on today. I hope that it helped you find you. But you can't find you without God, because that's part of you. So you can try to find you and fake you all day long, keep this mask on, but you're never going to be you until you, period. I can only be honest. So I love you guys. I hope that you build that relationship, spend more time with God, and see how awesome and wonderful he is, since I'm sharing him. You better be lucky I have to share him, because, honey, he is my everything. But since he's everything to everybody, I can share him. So that's all I have to say to you guys. Have a great day. Let's go beyond.